The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
My night.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Ghost of Saltmarsh.
Hey everyone!
Reminiscing about old games and whatnot. So, now that we're all here, it's been a while. It's been like a month, around a month.
Something like
Out of game. So,
7 years.
longer for some of us because I think some people weren't there last session. But I think because everybody else here already knows my recap, I would rather hear it from somebody else. So I'm gonna have everybody except Axel roll me a d6.
Wow.
Can I volunteer Jeanette to do it?
We're level 11, right? Just so.
Yes.
I also vote to volunteer Jeanette.
Don't do this to me.
Well, let's see what you roll.
Ooh. Okay.
Got it.
2,
I got a 5.
5.
5.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry, Josul. What happened last time?
There was some combat? No, wait.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was some combat.
I'll help you.
Was,
I'll help you. Kade jumped off a cliff, and Bryn was doing exercises on the beach.
Yes, right. So we leveled up and got our new abilities, and Kade found out she can bring herself back. So in order to train herself to get better at it, she jumped off a cliff to kill herself.
No. In order to show off.
Oh, right, to show off. That's okay.
And then
right,
also prove that it would work because she wasn't 100% sure.
I had a really good feeling about it.
You had a really good
That's right,
feeling
that's
about the everything you meet. So like.
Did I did some trading or something, didn't I?
I don't think we actually sold those things yet. I don't know.
I don't think we sold anything.
No,
Yeah.
what happened on your end is you just received a shipment of beef jerky, but you're using that as cover for you smuggling a really, really expensive art piece to the city of the Styes, which is actually in the realm of the Sea Princes. But when you successfully get the goods to the right client, you're going to get 2,500 gold for it, for your services.
Why does my painting smell like meat?
Hey, you got it and didn't pay taxes. You don't get to have it, not pay taxes, and have it smell.
It is a fist-sized pearl that has been carved out in the shape of a heart that supposedly has dried blood from a powerful mage inside.
Fun.
You know, some classic sea trinket kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I've got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside it?
That's the kind of thing you'd expect in like a captain's quarters they got in under glass.
Right. Yeah, that's Josul's MO. It's this big thing he does in the side. It's this little side business of smuggling goods. Everyone at some point has at least seen part of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, it's and fully aware and completely on board, and might even stoop to running.
Like 90% of what he does is tax evasion, but there's also, a lot of other smuggling of people who just want something that they can't normally get. So occasionally there's illegal goods, but
I was going to say
a law if not meant to be bent or broken.
Axel will look the other way as long as the goods isn't people.
No. Actually, quite the opposite. Josul refuses to deal in living creatures, even pets. And anyone who does so, he normally goes out of his way to try and expose them. Simply because that happened to his fiance, who we are trying to save.
Yes.
Bryn was doing exercises out on the beach when
Right.
Kade did that, and then there was the whole chaos of like she had broken pretty much every bone in her body and she couldn't move.
Right.
And Bryn is like panicking because it's near the house, which is like a mile out of town.
Right.
And you tried to send a message via something. Was it the little
Yeah,
paper
yeah, yeah.
messenger?
Little bird.
No, it was the Silver
the-
Raven.
It was
Yeah.
the Silver
Yeah,
Raven,
the
Wondrous
Silver
figurine.
Raven figurine.
That's right.
Mhm.
And you had it go to the house and send it to whoever's at the house. And the only person there was Sekald, who's working on his alchemy stuff, who did not want to be disturbed. So he might have killed it and it reverted back to its figurine form. Not realizing what he attacked. It was just more of like a threatening, like throw the trident at the door kind of thing. And Raven only had 1 hit point. So. And
Right.
then
That's right.
And then Abby heard from this random kid who saw it happen run into town freaking out
And
about
then
it.
all the
Fucking town
townsfolk
crier.
came running because they saw her fall off the cliff from town, because the house is like a mile away from town around the beach. So it's like up a cliff face. So the whole town saw her just swan dive into the
Well,
ground.
no, the whole town didn't see it.
But
They came running
crier
because
did.
the kid saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that craziness,
Everyone got lectured.
Oh,
So-
and then we fought the multi-eyed coral thing that will look like a piece of coral eyeballs or something, because we needed the eye stalk or something from it for somebody's potion, for Sekald's potion or something.
Yes.
So we went up. A few of us went out. It wasn't all of us. A few of us went out and like
the Shadow Oculus.
found out it was a little tougher than we thought, but we did, I think, eventually kill it.
The Shadow Oculus, which was a weird looking, it looked like a snail, a quadrupedal snail. That's about horse size, and its eye stalks looked like weird coral-like antlers. And
yeah. That's
instead of just having like 2 eyes, it had 6. And
we needed to kill it, but not kill the eye stalks to try and save as many as we could.
and one of the eye stalks might have shot concentrated photosynthesis,
Right.
aka a
shot
sunbeam,
Shot a laser at us.
and that caught whatever part of the party that wasn't in that situation's attention.
Everyone else was like, ah.
Me
But-
and Katie, who weren't there. That was
Yeah.
But eventually, it all got settled, and Sekald got that final piece for their invisibility potion that they were working on.
That's right. Abby got fried by that laser, didn't she?
Yeah, I did. I got fucked up.
Yeah, it like did a crap load of damage too. Like way more than we thought it was gonna.
Yeah.
And then also, the teaser I had at the very end of the session, a ship just came into town, and coming off of the ship is a tiny little half-elf wizard wearing aquamarine blue robes. And you see that she has a bunch of goods on her back, and she seems to be setting up a stall in the marketplace. It says magic items for sale.
Oh boy, Captain Zendros is not going to be happy about the competition.
No. So, I think we'll start with Axel, since
Jace?
Axel wasn't there last time. So
Oh, he's doing Order of the Pearl stuff, right?
we had discussed that you were going to head back to the Pearl Chapel, the Pearl Citadel, and talk with the other paladins and update them on all the crazy stuff that you guys had encountered recently. Specifically, those weird zombie undead with the barnacles and the blue rot plague and all that.
Yeah, those guys.
And Oceanus is there, and just like it's like, hey, you know, the sea elf guy that you guys rescued that one time.
Orale.
And as you get yourself into a meeting with a few paladins, because of course they can't just do a casual like you just come in and hang out. It's got to be a meeting. Of course you get room and board there, like you're not paying for anything. There's like squires that take care of like food and lodging and whatnot. They tell you that they know of this issue and that your encounter with them is one of many that they have heard reports about.
Boy.
And apparently these creatures are called the Drowned Ones. And they're a specific curse from Orcus, the demon lord of undeath.
Oh, I thought you meant killer whales for a second. I was confused.
And then you describe that fissure, and one of the paladins tells you that that went into the abyss, and it's actually really bad, and it was very good that you guys were able to seal it off. And hopefully that actually did seal it off, because you guys just pretty much collapsed the place, but since it's a magical plane gate, so to speak, it won't fully go away. It's just blocked from that rubble. So they're going to keep an eye in that area, make sure the abyssal taint doesn't spread from there.
Just well, that was the point of the expedition. So.
Mm-hmm. Was there anything else you wanted to cover while you were at the Citadel?
Like, do they have any new orders for me?
Not really. From what you've learned, because you had your training here and stuff, they're almost like park rangers in a way, where it's just like you're taking care of this area, and they trust you to your devices.
Stuff comes down the pipe too. Like I get like the normal patrol route thing, but I was like, is there any special business that needs attending?
Yeah, apparently there's been an increase of pirate ships throughout the areas, and not just the Sea Prince nation. It is, yeah, he is Green Lantern in a way. But these pirates are worshippers of Orcus. They're part of this cult that has been growing in influence. So if you spot any, or if you figure out if they have any bases or anything, they would definitely want to know.
Are these Orcus pirates? Are they like? Are there demons among the crew? Are they like empowered by Orcus somehow, or did they just like worship him and he's just like whatever?
You know, I'm gonna roll to see what all they've heard. This is like recent, and by recent I mean like in the last month or two. Recent, and it's not the era of internet and mobile devices, so you can't really. It's word of mouth or messengers. All that's known is apparently there have been a lot of attacks, and the descriptions they've been told from the very few survivors, that some of them are like the crew are zombies.
Oh, so more of the drowned ones than like actual.
And they're pretty sure they're drowned ones. But people, you know, you wouldn't know from common knowledge what the heck they are.
Blue barf and barnacles.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, well, I guess then what was what was the last place they were seen operating?
They would give you a general area in the sea where they were at, and there's this dreadful rumor that apparently there's a ghost ship as well, and not in the sense of like a ship with no one on it that's sailing on its own, like a ship that's literally like ethereal. That is a ghost ship.
This makes perfect sense to Axel, like,
and it's near impossible to track it because it just appears and disappears on a whim. There's only two things that they got on it, and it's the main priority of the order is trying to get rid of this.
You need a map chart in the right phase of the moon.
One, it's only out at night. If the moon is out, it's out.
Okay.
So on a new moon, it's not out. Two, if a sudden fog comes in out of nowhere, a mist, it's usually surrounded by it. They're scared that it might lead to a very dreadful place.
Okay. I will go ask my crew and see if we can, go investigate, check it out. And yeah, he'll go ahead and start his way back home pretty much straight away once he's finished his business.
Okay. I'm gonna add one more thing to yours, just real quick. So
Okay.
on your way back, right before you get to leave the Citadel fully, I'm gonna say this is It's a moving fortress that is on the back of this really giant creature. I'm trying to remember what they're called. In real life, they're like the pre-dinosaur era, like squid thing with a snail shell. I remember.
Nautilus?
Yeah,
Yeah, Nautilus. It's like just a gigantic Nautilus, and the inside of the shell is the Citadel itself, and the shell is like this pearlescent sheen. But on your way out of the spiral, heading out of it, you encounter the stables where there's a bunch of seahorses. And
Brandos.
one of them goes, "Hello there, Axel."
Aw.
And you look over, and unlike the other ones, this one was able to talk to you, and two seems to have fairly crude but vicious-looking armor on it.
Okay. Do I know him?
You do not.
Okay. So I got a 22 on an animal handling check. I'm gonna go over and make friends.
Okay. You notice that he's got like on his nose like a ram, almost like a lance thing, but it's got a bunch of like little sharp jaggeds on it, and he says, "I have heard of your tales. I wish to be of service of you as your noble steed."
Oh, well, that's very flattering.
I have traveled many tides and seen many moons on my way here, many moon cycles, and I've waited for you.
This is a bit awkward.
My name is Finn,
Oh, of course it is.
the druid who awoke me. Let me name myself.
Well, it's a very good name then. Finn. Do you know, I will honor your dedication and your strife, and I will allow you to come and accompany me. We will see how it goes, because often the expectation of a thing is not the same as the having.
I will not let you down.
I trust you
Come,
enough.
ride at my saddle, and we shall defeat the wicked and the rotting in these seas, and cleanse them with purity.
Arriba.
And it's essentially it's an awakened giant seahorse with some custom armor on it.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, he'll mount up and pull him into a dramatic rear, and then off we go.
Off to go. His name should have been Silver. Oh well.
I feel a little like I'm cheating on Cerulean, I'll tell you. But he's a summon, so he won't know.
Yeah, he's in the plane of water, just floating
He's not
around,
really
and
here.
little bits of whatever just go into his body, and he
He's only
absorbs
here
it.
when you need him to be.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully he's not like the jealous type of sea slug.
He's like most deep sea creatures, where they spend most of their time not spending that energy and waiting for dead fish carcass stuff to float down to them and just grab it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so do you have the stats for this fella?
Yes, I do. You already know right now you don't think he'll be as durable. But,
I wanted to give the guy a chance. It was only fair.
yeah. I thought I would give the option, at least. I'll get that for you soon. So, Abby.
Hi, yeah.
You were wanting to take that old building on the coast, that place called Crabber's Cove,
Yeah, Crabber's Cove.
and you wanted to turn it into
School.
a school. And the place was like the council, the Saltmarsh's council. Especially with you and your group's reputation, they definitely trust you with that land. That they're willing to let you just have it. But the main problem would be you would just have to pay for your own refurbishings and whatnot.
Yeah. And I think she's been working on doing the bare basics of refabbing it, refurnishing it, repairing it so that, the roof doesn't leak and rain doesn't come in, that sort of thing. And I think I spent some money on that already, but her coin purse is running kind of low. She might actually hit up Josul, see if he's managed to sell the goods that we got so far.
Okay. As you're going to set it up, you like the first few days or so, enough days that word would have spread a little bit around town. A mysteriously hooded figure shows up at I'll see when you're off work. Like they knew when you were going to be off work.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, Abigail.
Hi.
It has come to my attention that you are wanting to create a school for the needy.
That's right. Do I know this person?
You do not. You cannot see their face.
Yeah.
I would suggest 3 buildings down. The one that you have is infested with crabs. It would be very difficult and would not be worth your time.
What's 3 doors down?
It was Old Man Jenkins' house. Yes, I went there.
Did I know anything about Old Man Jenkins at all? Passing?
He was a sailor who had retired many decades ago and had died not that many years ago. The place is run down, but it is not filled with vermin.
I mean, yeah, but I'm already working on it right now. I put in a couple of days there already. And besides, it's better somebody can live in Old Man Jenkins' house and I can make this one into something livable.
Just came as more of a warning. Didn't want you to get into more trouble than what you're expecting. And he walks away.
For the crabs?
He does not answer. He just keeps walking away. And he goes around the corner of a building.
Okay.
So
Sure,
that
that
happens.
was normal.
That happens very early on when you're starting to refurbish.
Okay.
Then.
And I will be right back. My dad called me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You know what? I'll go to Sekald. So Sekald.
Shit.
No, you're fine. Just give me a proficient intelligence check as you finish off making your invisibility potion.
Proficient intelligence. All right. Sorry if I'm a little sluggish.
Oh, you're fine. It's a rainy day for a lot of people on the East Coast.
23.
Here in Nashville too.
Yeah. When I say East Coast, I mean the 2 time zones, I guess. It just seems rainy everywhere. 23. You finish the invisibility potion, and as you finish it, the liquid in the potion seems to disappear. You can still feel the weight of it. You can hear the sloshing of it. But visibly, it looks like it's a corked vial with nothing in it.
Wonderful.
And that's how you know you succeeded.
I need to make a planned trip to see Captain Zendros. Is she... I checked the necklace. Is she in town?
Yep.
Cool. I have reason to go into town then.
All right. As you head into town, you see a new, very bright blue-colored stall at the marketplace.
I already hate it.
And it says Aquamarine's magic goods and trinkets. And you notice that she has a lot of the same kind of goods that Captain Zendros has for sale as well. And as you're approaching Captain Zendros's store, you can just see like her just kind of like giving it a stink eye from across the way.
That sounds about right. Luckily, I
as
have
you-
something that might give her an edge.
As you come in, she seems to her mood seems to brighten. She goes, "Oh, Sekald, good to see you here."
It's been a while.
Yes, it has. How can I help you?
Actually, I think I can help you. And I show her the vial.
Interesting. She's like, "May I?"
Of course, it's part of our deal.
She takes the vial. She's like swashing it around. She opens it and like has like a pretty much like a really long toothpick and goes to test it. And you notice like the bottom part of the toothpick's gone. And it's not like instantaneous. Like you just see it, like the opacity just seemed to disappear on the part of it that actually went into the potion. And as you know, you've already tested it yourself, but you can see that she's just verifying what it is. She says, "Take no offense, it's more just proper procedures."
No offense taken.
Well, I believe the rest of your pay should be due then. I thank you greatly for this. My client will be very happy to hear that you've been able to create it so soon. The ingredients for making one of these kind of potions is extremely rare. Usually they don't expect a delivery within a year. And
Man, the rest of these alchemists are lazy.
it's more getting the supplies than the...
Yeah, I guess.
To be fair, we kind of lucked out.
Most alchemists there. It's the I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's their bread and butter that they keep their business running is just standard healing potions.
Right. Yeah.
And then they got like the other stuff, but that stuff's like
Adventurers
harder
buy
to
those by
find.
the bucket loads.
Yeah. Or nobles.
That would be
Nobles.
fantastic. You get like a keg, like a big wine keg of just potion of healing, and you just like dole it out.
Where has that happened before?
I was gonna say that's happened a few times in several of my campaigns.
Like we had like 50 doses worth or something.
Yep.
But
Didn't you have like basically like a soda jerk machine for that stuff at
Yeah.
Morpheus at one point?
Yeah, because it was steampunk. But
Yeah.
in any case, she reaches her hand into nothing, and her forearm disappears, and she pulls out almost like a shelf, a small chest that seems to be made of like a blackish obsidian-like material. And as she opens it up, you see inside a bunch of gems, and she pulls out a diamond, a big diamond, and she hands it to you.
That's a neat trick.
Ender chest.
You can roll Arcana if you want. It's a spell.
Okay. I kind of do, because that's a really neat trick.
It's a spell that most people don't use. Mostly because the material component for it.
Oof. What does a 29 get me?
Oh yeah, you know what it is. Okay, so its common name is just called Secret Chest, but it's also called, at North, it is called Leomund Secret Chest, because that's the wizard that came up with the spell. You know that the reason why it's so rarely used is because the material components, because you rolled so high you just know everything about this, is an exquisite chest that's 3 by 2 by 2 feet, constructed from rare materials worth at least 5,000 gold, and a tiny replica of the same materials worth at least 50 gold is needed for the material components. And essentially, the chest goes into the ethereal plane, and when you have the tiny version, you can just make it appear wherever you're at. It doesn't hold much, but it's a pocket chest that you can just make appear and disappear at will, really.
Very interesting.
And the diamond she gives you, you're pretty sure is worth at least a few thousand. You're not a jeweler, so you don't know exactly, but it is finely cut, and you're pretty sure this is the rest of your payment. I'm trying to remember, how much did she give you up front?
She gave me 500 worth to be able to help pay for the materials for the invisibility potion.
That's right. Okay, so you can mark this diamond down, or you can just mark down in your currency. I made it a diamond just because it would be like way more convenient than her giving you like a entire potato sack filled with gold coins. 11,500 gold, because the potion was 12k.
Oof. Much appreciated.
No, much appreciated from me to you. It's been a pleasure. Might have some more things for you in the future if someone doesn't get in the way. She kind of like looks over your shoulder and is looking over across the street, and you just see this like she's maybe 18, and she's just like, oh hi, and she's like talking to some random person, and she sells them like a basic health potion.
I'm fairly certain an what's the word I'm looking for? Installed merchant is going to have a better chance than some random stall set up in a single day.
You say that, but I have the inkling feeling that she was sent here to sabotage my business. She seems to sell the same kind of things I do, but for 10% less the price.
Well,
I'm not sure who her benefactor is, but they must be someone very powerful. And maybe they like blue as much as she does. As you notice, like everything's aquamarine.
yeah, I was just about to say, I have the strangest feeling Resnet may be behind this. But if my potions can help even the odds a little bit, I'd most certainly be willing to assist.
You know somebody else who could possibly help even the odds of it. Maybe someone who could avoid taxes.
I'd probably mention that a little bit too. I mean, granted, I'm trying to keep her all to myself. I mean, trying to keep her business afloat.
Right.
Gotta figure out something to do with all my gold.
Could you do me a favor?
Take her on a date.
I'm listening.
Could you buy something from her shop? See what her ticket. And when you're there, buy it with these coins. And she hands you a specific coin purse with 50 gold in it.
Okay. Do I notice anything odd about the gold?
I guess this would be an investigation check.
It's a good thing I'm proficient with that. Or I may be completely distracted. 11.
You know, she went to bend down really low to go get those, so maybe you were distracted.
You're probably not wrong. I've seen the artwork. You'd be distracted too. Shut up.
And she says, all you need to do is buy a healing potion from her. It would mean a lot for me.
I can certainly do that.
And do you go do that?
I mean, I probably wouldn't go there directly. I wouldn't want the halfling to get an idea that I'm going literally straight from the shop to her stall, straight back to the shop.
She's not a halfling.
I think.
I thought you said...
No, she's short, but she's human.
Oh, I thought you said half elf initially as well.
Oh, wait, no, I did say half elf. That's right.
Okay. I was like, wait, you said half something.
Her benefactor did specify what she was and stuff. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go use the little merchant's room.
okay, just cut pains to a golden toilet. Anyway,
When you flush it, you hear the sounds of the ocean.
You go around a bit. You know, you go like a block away, and then you come back. Or you keep yourself discreet to where it doesn't show that you obviously came from Zendaress' store. And you head there?
Yes.
Okay. And she goes, "Oh, hi, hello. Wow, you're big. I've never seen your kind before, at least not in town. Can I interest you in anything? Like maybe this potion of fire giant strength."
I'm more interested in something mundane, more like a healing potion.
Oh, yeah, I got plenty of those. Here, only 45 gold. And she brings out one.
Good lord. All right, well, I pay using the coins that Captain Zendros gave me.
Mm-hmm. And she goes, "Oh, thank you. Is there anything else that you'd like?"
Not at the moment, but thank you.
Oh, I never got your name. I always like to know the name of my new clients. My name's Aquamarine.
Out of character, give me a second. I'm trying to come up with a bad name.
Sharkman?
That's horrible.
You said a bad name.
Touche.
What's the name of the guy in the new Suicide Squad movie?
King Shark.
Something Shark? What?
King
Yeah,
Shark.
King Shark.
King Shark, yeah.
But he has like an official like name.
Yeah, he has an
too.
And is
actual name.
Like a given
Nun-
name?
Nunale.
No, it's Hawaiian, I
Nuale.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, Nuale. That's his actual name in the comics. Like he has a real name as well.
All right. I'll tell her my name is Maui.
Maui. Oh, that's a nice name. You know what? Nah, she's not suspicious of you. She's not suspicious of anyone. So I'm not even gonna have her roll anything for it.
Great. It's another Abby.
Mhm.
No offense, Abby.
None
Meanwhile,
taken.
back with Abby, you go to work on the place and that Crabber's Cove, and as you have been told many times, you get there and part of the building is jutting out, and there's like supports and stuff for the beach, and the whole underside, there's just crabs everywhere. Like it's just piles of these little white crabs.
She starts shooing them away from.
They give me an animal handling.
Oh, I actually have that. Uh, 14?
They kind of snip, 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 snip.
No,
and they're
shoot,
like. But your animal handling, you're able to veer most of them away.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you hear big shifting movement underneath them, and like under the mound, multiple larger forms seem to come up out from underneath them.
Oh, come on!
And standing around you, through these swarms of crabs, are these human-sized crab-like creatures that, instead of having the crab level of limbs, they just have two chitinous legs and two humanoid-like arms with claws. And they go,
Hi?
oh, no, sorry, they don't say anything. They look at you and they go,
Hello?
one of them has like coins and stuff in wedged into barnacles that seem purposely wedged in there, of various kinds, mostly copper and silver.
Did I prepare that today?
And when you don't go away, when they start clicking their claws, the one with the most shiny stuff on it says, in a very broken common. It seems very hard for it to do with its weird chitness. Is that prehensile jaw? No, I'm trying to remember the split in half.
Yeah.
Jaw. It says, "Leave our home."
Oh, okay.
It's our beach.
She's actually. I have it prepared. I'm gonna cast tongues on myself, so I can understand any spoken language, and any creature that knows at least one language and can hear me can understand me.
Oh, they're speaking common.
Well, yeah, but it seemed like he was struggling. So. Hi. I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot.
No,
didn't realize
another one
you
goes,
guys lived here?
"No, wrong foot. We have all our feet. Unlike you, I will snip off foot if you don't leave."
Okay. How long have you guys been staying here?
All of life. This is another one. You better go before I rip off my other arm. And you notice one of its arms are missing.
If you don't need to rip your arm off.
Last person who came here, I threatened them by ripping off arm. It hurt bad, but it showed them I can rip off their arm. They run.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I'd be a little intimidated by that too.
What-
The accent that they have.
Are you wearing
does that sound
anything
similar?
shiny?
Metal
Anything visible?
No, she probably isn't wearing her armor. If we're just
Oh, right,
around
okay.
town,
Yeah.
it's too
Makes
hot
sense.
to wear that. The only thing, probably not much of anything. Maybe like a holy
You got
symbol,
your-
but I figure her holy symbol is actually wooden.
I was gonna say, what's your holy symbol? But you already answered that.
Yeah.
Because it's simple.
Yeah. So other than like maybe a knife or something on her belt, nothing too shiny. But the accent that they're using, does it sound similar to the guy in the cloak?
Not at all.
Hmm.
In fact, the guy in the cloak sounded very proper, like he was not from around Saltmarsh. Sound like someone closer to like the capital kind of accent. Very, if you want to, if there's no real such thing as this, but it'd be like high common, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so probably from like an imperial city or something like that, somewhere with a lot of good education.
Are these people in the house or in the basement of the house?
Not in the basement either. There's an underloft. So I don't know how many beach houses you've seen, but some of them, like half of it will be on land, and then the other half has to jut out, and they got like supports.
Yeah.
It's the underside there.
Oh, so under the trusses of the house,
Mhm.
like the supports and stuff that hold it up off the beach. Got it. So they just like live under the house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not too big of a deal then.
And the one says, "I, Kasa of Clan Rolguk, will snip off your lips if you don't give us a shiny pointy thing." And its claw points at your dagger. It offering to Tomb God.
Have I ever heard of that? I assume not.
No.
I don't know. I have religion.
But that does give you a little bit of a flag with your religious
Okay.
background.
All right. Well, I apologize. I did not know this was your home. I thought it was uninhabited.
Of course, it's
I'm Abby,
inhabited.
by the way.
We don't care. Give us shiny. And they all start doing I'm trying to remember the musical, but like the greasers where they're just like, but instead of that they're
West Side
claws.
Story.
West Side. But then instead they're
yes.
just like click, click, click as they start moving towards you slowly.
You're in the wrong part of town.
They seem to be trying to intimidate you. They are at least twice your size, though.
How much time and effort have I put into this house by this point yet?
I mean, you got the boards off the front door.
Okay, it's not a ton.
And you were checking the foundation underneath when this happened.
Okay, you win. And she'll take her dagger off and chuck it to him.
They stop. And the biggest one just kind of like... Chink. It's like looking at it. Tink, tink. And it's like little mandible things are going like on it. Yes, very sharp. Throws the sheath off and it quickly falls into a bunch of crabs. And like one of the crabs is like it has like a big claw and it starts shaking it after it gets hit by the sheath. It says, "Then you," and it. Oh no, it doesn't say anything else. And it turns around, and you see it go towards the basement door down here, and it opens the basement door, spilling a bunch of crabs around and in through stairs, and you hear a really old creaking as it just starts walking down there. While the others look at you. Do you leave?
Yeah, she's gonna back away, but like kind of keep an eye on them, just see what they're doing, let's see if Crabman leaves at all.
Okay.
And after a couple of minutes,
you back off, and it was maybe a few moments, and they're in that one's back up, and they close the door, and you see them like go, and they just grab a bunch of crabs and just go, and put them on top of the door. One of them still dangling off of like a random dried barnacle on him. And he like takes his big claw and he grabs that one and pulls it off and its arm stays on and it puts it in the pile. And then all of them kind of go like and they bury themselves into the crabs.
Okay. Alright, that's... I don't know what I was expecting, but not that.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess she'll head over to like the tavern maybe.
Okay.
See if she sees any of her friends or anything interesting.
Josul probably would be in town at some point.
Yeah, actually on this note, I need to go to the little DM's room. So we will be right back, folks. Okay. Sorry, folks, we're back. Alright, so you were heading back to the tavern. See if you could find
Yeah,
anyone.
and see if I could see just any of these guys hanging around at all.
Just the usual people. It's kind of in the middle of the day.
Okay. Yeah, I guess she'll go looking for your, one of y'all.
Okay.
I
So,
think,
to give you guys like a time frame, for like this session and last session, this is all taking place in like indiscriminate times. So like last session could have been like weeks ago, in game. So what's Bryn's normally day to day? You're just stretching out at the beach, right?
Said she was doing odd jobs, and you told me that there was like something in the woods that I needed to get last time or something. Do you remember this?
I do not, but I do have.
I do remember this.
No, I
Something about
remember
one of
this.
the forests near
Yeah,
the
you
town
said- you
having
told-
something in it that Bryn needed, and I don't remember what that something was or why we
It
needed to
was-
go there.
there
You
was
said
a,
Josul needed it too, or something. Oh.
no, there was a witch that lived in the forest and
Right? Yeah.
something about a staff, and you guys were like, this could be really cool. And Bryn was like, I'm just gonna go check it out. And then all of the
Right.
people were like, okay, maybe you should take friends. And you're like, okay, I'll give friends. And then Katie jumped off a cliff.
Yeah, that's
Right,
exactly what happened.
that's right. You're like, I'm gonna go get friends, and Katie was like, "Wee!"
Watch this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
With a
Perfect
probably
rendition.
at least somewhat accurate sound effect.
Yeah.
There was a loud splork. People came running. There's probably some unhealthy bone crunching sounds, but nobody really heard it.
Sekald held up a sign with 9.5 on it.
9.5. Landing could have been better. I was just gonna say, wait, you're a monk though, right? You have fall any distance, don't you?
Don't you?
If she used it, but she didn't.
Yeah, I threw myself off the cliff. I believe I have to like use a surface.
There has to be a wall. That's
and
right.
I just
and you went off the cliff, so there wasn't a wall to. Okay.
There was no need.
Don't you have like fall any distance and never take damage? But I was like, wait, you have to have a surface to use to slow your descent. So never mind. You're good. Yeah, that would have splatted for sure.
Yeah, she also specifically did not do that though.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
She may have to settle for the bronze.
suddenly, this just gave me a wonderful idea.
When you did that initially, I'm sorry to interrupt. The Megadeth song "High Speed Dirt" came to mind, but that because I'm old.
I have to ask. No, I have to ask this, and I'm going to go ahead and ask it on stream because of the idea. Wall of ice. Could I turn that into a slide and effectively have curved her into the dirt or into the sand without taking any damage?
Not if she's already falling when you cast it, I don't think.
The
No.
distance of the
But like
fall.
It takes an action to
If-
cast, so
yeah.
if you were able to do that preemptively, like you see she was about to jump, but you act before she does. Yes.
Okay,
So if you initiatived when she jumped, you could effectively make an ice slide and descend her to safety.
no, I'm not saying I would have done that. I'm just asking if the,
But
if
you
the
could
physics-
have if you chose to do so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will say, Abby, when you're back at the tavern looking for people, Axel's he just turned the camera off, but Axel's home at this point. Bryn, you definitely have not done the excursion into the forest yet.
She'll go get something to eat and sit down.
Katie's probably in town.
So I may have to find a different place to do the school. Apparently Crabber's Cove is occupied by crabs, and also by crabs that are 5 feet tall.
Is Josul anywhere
7
near
feet
this
tall.
conversation?
Sure.
Have I, in my days of sailing with rogue
History.
pirates, heard of such a thing?
Can I do it also?
Yep.
It spoke common, not very well, but it did speak common.
Okay.
And they took my knife, which
Plus
like
my intelligence. Josul hands you a knife.
So what's the
19?
hunt then? Since the beef went bad.
Making mac and cheese and bacon and
I helped. Sorry, Jesse. I remuted you, Jesse. I think you accidentally unmuted. Anyway, what were you saying, Josul?
Josul hands Abby one of his knives. And then he got a 19 on his history check.
Okay. You know that these are crab folk. They're more common than people realize.
Do I have more details about them? Like, are they a threat, or are they? If I just if you throw raw meat at them, do they just go away?
They are and aren't a threat at the same time.
Got it.
I imagine they're no more threat than people.
Could we
They're
effectively
more
use them to dispose of waste?
They're
is
more.
what I'm thinking.
They're more of a nuisance in civilized areas. So if there's some around Saltmarsh, they definitely could be. They might have been proven an issue for years, and no one just knew who it was, because they usually try to keep themselves away from other species. They also migrate a lot from beach to beach at the change of seasons.
Is there a big season change where we're at? I'm not sure if you were in a temperate area or if it was tropical.
I would say this is temperate.
Okay.
And we'll say,
geographically speaking, I don't know the planet better than you.
and I don't have dates and stuff, so I'll just say this is like smack dab in the middle of a season. So they've probably been here for a while, and they will be here for a while longer.
Got it.
And you know that
So it's also
normally,
thinking like a businessman, could I use them to dispose of waste? Organic waste mostly, because crabs eat anything, right?
Well, they don't seem very friendly.
Just
Like, they didn't attack me, but
I'm
but if
handing
you,
them a bunch of trash that could effectively just be gobbled up. I could
unless
pay trash
unless they
services.
don't actually eat trash, and then you might just tick them off.
You remember
Possibly.
running into some Josul, because your history check, as mercenaries, and you learned a little bit about their culture. They're savage in most cultures. Think of them as savage, but they are purposely low tech and such. Mostly because they can't really deal with the more dexterous things with handheld. They do have another set of smaller arms if they need to, but they don't like to use those any more than they have to.
Got it.
They value shiny things above all else. To them, a silver coin is equal to a copper coin equal to a platinum coin. They're all the same size and they're all equally shiny.
So they have no value of currency. Josul knows how to use that.
And apparently they worship the great crab. And you don't really know much about that one, except that they called it Kuruga.
Karuga.
And it's a dreaded Kevin word that has a bunch of apostrophes, so it's Karuga.
Oh, good gracious.
So I'm just going to call it Tamatoa.
it's it's pronounced like the old timey like sound effect. Car auga.
Karuga.
It is a festy but greedy deity that befits the patron of crabs.
So nobody got the Moana joke. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
they like
no.
to dance
Got
and
it.
sing as worship.
Okay. My bad.
Now,
Got it.
you were very on par.
All right.
Well, I would recommend let's not like
Abby, would
try
you
to.
mention anything about that? The god that they are worshiping.
I mean,
Yeah, like they were. It seemed like they were worshiping a god I don't think I've ever heard of before, and I'll repeat the name.
Does the name sound familiar?
The tomb god? No.
Well, that's not the common god worshipped by their people. That's probably not a good thing. These could be cultists.
Peculiar. Well, I mean, not every race worships the same god equally. I mean, there are many halfling gods. Just
Well, that's true, but their people are more tribal and kind of direct. It would be the similarity to finding someone who only has one choice of deity for their peoples, and then they
I'm just saying, I
worship
didn't
someone
hold a
who's
conversation with them. Like,
not.
there are many halfling gods. Not everybody in my village worships the same one.
True.
It could
These
just
could
be
be
they worship a
cultists,
different
though.
one. They could be. They didn't seem overly aggressive, and I don't like the idea of taking advantage of them just because they're there. And like, as long as they're not hurting anybody, they have just as much of a right to live here as we do.
Yeah, it's
Well, they're a
quadrants.
seasonal people. They will move from beach to beach. They will most likely only be here for the season and then leave.
Yeah, but if they're gonna be back, then I probably don't want to build the.
They will be back when this
the
season
school there.
happens again.
Bryn being the traveler that she is. What'd you get on your history check? Because I remember you were also rolling.
I forgot. Hang on.
I'll make this real quick.
History +2, 16.
Oh, okay, that was pretty good. You've heard tale of a beach that apparently, at some time, had dealt with surface dwellers to the point where they had a contract saying that they owned that part of the beach during specific seasons of the year. But their tribe had that for so long, for so many centuries, that it was completely forgotten by many of the people. And there was a bit of a skirmish and a feud about it. And there was also tales about apparently the male crabfolk like to sing and dance by clicking their claws rhythmically and hitting them with thuds for like drums on the sand to try and serenade females during mating season. Females are very indifferent to it. They just care about what shiny gift they give them.
What if we convince them that going to the monastery up the coast that's just a little ways away from here that's also abandoned would be a better place to stay than here? They would have a whole island to themselves and an entire underwater ghost ship to live next to.
So the thing is, though, like
No
somebody
one would ever mess with them.
somebody warned me about them. Like some rando in a cloak came up to me in the tavern and said, "Hey, you should find somewhere else to go."
That sounds like cultists to me.
I don't
Maybe we
know.
should
It was
wipe them
weird
out.
because, like, now granted, I was using a spell to understand them better, so maybe that changed it. But it sounded very much like the accent of the person in the cloak was very like they spoke flawless common. It was very like well educated, fancy pants, like
This
probably
could
from
be
one of the
some
big cities.
secret shrine that they've convinced the crab folk to follow. They're a primitive tribal people, so they may follow the beliefs of someone who apparently seems to be a god of sorts. It could be someone just using magic to seem more powerful than them since they're tribal.
I mean, honestly, I think you're kind of like looking too far into it. I think they're
It
just
could be.
crab people that found a place to stay that is abandoned and has been for a while and
And maybe your
don't
shadowy
want me
figure
moving
is
in.
just trying to hide the shrine.
Scotty, what do I know if the dancing to get the female's attention during mating season, if it's like a seal kind of thing where they attack each other to assert dominance? No. Okay.
No, but it's more. They are definitely not against doing that. Where like one starts singing and dancing to a female, and the other one's like, "Hey, I saw Susan first. She's mine."
Do
And then they get
have
into
a
a
dance
fight.
off is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Like, do they-
Yes.
Okay. So I have an idea, and you could hear my voice. Echo.
Sorry.
So, but I have an idea.
Okay.
What if we go and try to get them to trust us by performing something, and they are able to tell us more about their tomb god or whatever before we relocate them so that they could possibly be relocated once again. It sounds very familiar that they have been relocated before. So.
Well, they're seasonal creatures. They would migrate to another beach. If we just convinced them the abandoned abbey up the road was a better beach to inhabit, then they
Is
can
that
go
abbey
inhabit.
abandoned still though? I thought that people were going to go back there.
I think after a giant army of undead have infested the area, no one is going to go back there. Especially since the entire inhabitants of that cove and the building were wiped out.
Yeah, but if this person who is trying to convince Abby to move, Abby to move, like they're obviously there in as a crab,
right?
Maybe a cult thing,
mm-hmm.
And they could come back and have more crabs go into it.
That's
maybe there's
true.
something going on with the building. Did you check out the building?
No, I haven't been able to get inside. I was about to do that today, and then I don't know where there were a billion crabs.
What if we were invisible?
But okay, you don't understand. There is a literal pile of crabs in front of the door.
No, well, that's not going to work then.
Yeah, they would feel you.
Hmm.
I think the best bet.
Axel, you can be there too if you want.
I was gonna say is like, did I just like, was I here just sitting in and listening on this whole time, or was?
Yeah, sure. Let's say you were eating the very odd fried centipede bits that they've put on their menu just for you because you really like it.
No, I'm sorry. I can only see him sitting there eating crabs while this entire conversation is going on.
Actually, that's better. You got like the melted butter and everything.
Yes, absolutely. But I don't like crack it and pull the meat out. I just like crunch.
No, I think the better bet that would be easier would be give them a little bit of time to cool off because they seem kind of peeved with me, and return tomorrow with something very shiny. They were very, very interested in my dagger, and didn't really matter that it's super cheap. All they cared about that it was shiny.
Ah, interesting. So perhaps we could use steel coins that have just been polished to a nice shine. A steel coin-shaped object would be just as shiny and would possibly be just as enticing. If they have no value of material possessions as far as what we do, it wouldn't be just as easily to bribe them with steel as it would with any other material.
I mean, or like copper or silver. At least they can use that. Though I don't know
think
how
they're going to
easy,
use
how
it
much
in the
they're gonna.
traditional sense that you think. I think they're just going to make themselves look shinier with it.
So speaking of giving them time, I just thought I would point out that while I was away and visiting with my order, um, I received reports of pirates on the seas, kind of not too far from here, but kind of a special.
Pirates?
Yes, they believe they are working for the cult of Orcus. They believe they
That
are
sounds
being
bad.
crewed by the drowned ones. Those blue, barnacly.
Oh, those things?
Yes, those
They're
Ah.
things.
the worst.
I really was hoping we were done with those.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd never see those things again.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, then I did not commit us to the course of action, but I did say I would bring it up.
No, I mean like, I wanna get that. Make
We
that
need
not
to
be a
stop
thing,
them if there's more of them.
Also, there is some kind of a mystery of a ghost ship that I'm supposed to be perhaps investigating around
Just
here.
so he looks
Another
incredibly
one?
concerned when you say ghost ship. Like we're talking actual ghost ship here, or
Like a not an abandoned ship that is like uncrewed, but like a ship that happens to also be a ghost.
that is what I was afraid you were going to say.
but like the ship is a ghost or it's crewed by ghosts.
Probably both. Looking look over it and like Josul's like there's like the two old salts just like
we're
fucking
on the
no.
same page here.
It's about to be a shit show. We know it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, that seems like it's a bit more of a priority. However, I have been spending some money on materials to rebuild the place, and I'm kind of running low on funds. Josul, have you gotten around to selling some of that goods that we got?
Well, in the party funds, I happen to have 600 gold from one of the treasures we found,
Oh,
and 40 electrum.
that's nice too.
Did you need some of that?
Maybe.
I also have 250 feet of rope coils, 2 grappling hooks, 250 gold piece tapestry, a 250 gold piece silver necklace with an orange gemstone pendant, a 250 gold piece turquoise animal figurine, a 250 gold piece bronze crown that says King of Burgers on it, a staff of the Fisher, Tensor's spellbook, an ion stone of agility.
Oh, I took Tensor's spellbook.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll check that off my list then. Sorry. I'm just reading off the sheet of paper I have in my pocket.
I totally forgot about the bronze crown.
You are carrying too much.
Oh,
You
I did
cannot
not.
run.
Oh,
An
Josul,
ion stone.
Josul, you're a merchant. You don't just have a piece of paper with this on here. You have a manifest book that
I
you haven't
actually
logged.
do, yeah. In my manifest book, I cross off the an ion stone of agility, some weird rod that looks like a tentacle.
An ion stone, I've heard of those. Those are super rare and pretty cool.
It's supposed to increase your agility, whatever that means.
That seems awesome. Well, agility is
Um,
like being quick and the thing that I'm not.
Oh, got it. I have a necklace of adaptation, which I don't think I've given to anyone else. It lets
Yeah, I
you
think
breathe
all of us
normally in
have
any
them.
environment, but all of us breathe normally in water anyway. We could probably sell that one, to be honest. A silver raven figurine.
I think Bryn has
which
the
can turn
necklace
into a-
because she can hold her breath. She can't breathe underwater.
I
Oh,
was
right,
gonna
all right. So
We
did
had
we give her that one?
multiple of them.
Okay.
No, we have
Well,
multiples of them.
we had
Bryn
multiples,
has
I thought.
my old one.
Yeah, because you don't need it because you have the manta ray.
Correct.
Okay.
And then you have this is the spare one.
Yeah. Some coral game pieces. This looks to be like chess of sorts, but I don't quite know what this game is supposed to be. A Speak with Animals scroll, a alarm clock rod, a squirrel saddle, a metal mask where the expression changes to match your own, an egg that speaks Spanish, whatever that is, a ceramic pot that emits smoke every 30 minutes, an egg that smells really nice all the time. I don't know why. And a polyhedral dice of sorts. I'm not really sure what you would use it for.
A partridge in a crab tree.
Oh, that's why we didn't do
also
anything
red.
with this. That's why I didn't put that scroll on mine list. I
'Cause
can
I-
cast it.
Yeah.
Literally, none of us can cast this. Actually,
And that is the treasure I have.
Okay, for the sake of simplicity, one, I gave Josul an inspiration point if you didn't have one,
Yay!
for giving such a nice list of things that I super forgot that I gave you guys.
I am the party treasure keeper. I write down everything.
Two, we're in downtime and all you do is merchant stuff. Anything in that list that you guys would not want to keep yourselves, I'll say you can just convert it to gold.
Yeah, so pretty much just let your soul know if you wanted one of those things, and I'll just give it to you. Otherwise, I'll sell it for money.
Can I have the huevo that speaks Spanish?
The egg that speaks Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay. Josul hands you an egg. It looks just like a regular chicken egg. It seems to be like metal, maybe? You're not sure? It feels just like a regular chicken egg, but it speaks some strange language you've never quite understood.
No habla español.
You pull it out,
Literally what it says.
and like it's just a brown chicken egg, and just like, hola,
Hola, señorita, ¿cómo estás?
¿cómo es code?
Oh, muy bien.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the egg does. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Josul hints that to you. Anyone else want some things from this?
yeah, actually, you had a bronze crown, but I don't know
do.
if you want to
It
keep
says
that
King
over
of
your
Burgers
hat.
on it. I have no desire to keep such a thing. I don't even know what a burger is.
I think it is a city. But like, no, it's fine. We can.
Isn't that someone who's in charge of a city, the Burgermeister?
Yes, it is the Meister
Yeah.
of the Burger. So it's a town, right?
So is this the king of the Burgermeisters? And he's just the one who wears the bronze thing?
Maybe he's just like really full of himself, right?
Okay, that makes sense. It says king of, so I would imagine.
Yes. But no, I am not. I am not. Just give me my captain hat, and I am a happy Pezandar.
Yeah, we could just sell the stuff that we have prices for and get that stuff.
All right. If we're
If-
gonna do that, then we have 1,000 gold, because Josul's just gonna sell all this random crap that doesn't make any sense to him. All right, I'm gonna use the little merchant's room. I'll be back again.
I'll say it's another 250 gold for you to refurbish that place, Crabber's Cove.
The 250 gold. You can just take the proceeds from that bronze crown because I don't need it.
Okay.
I got 2,300 of my own that I'm. Just
I
sitting on.
already spent a good amount. I think I spent at least 300, more than 300, I think.
100 gold of that is going to be for the materials. 150 of it is for the getting workers, hiring workers to do the construction work.
But like, I guess she's putting it on hold for now because I'm not gonna send them in there to kill a bunch of crabmen.
Oh,
I wonder.
also,
So Abby, can you take me to see this this house that you are going to try and refurbish? I would like to try and meet these crab people.
I mean, they're not gonna be very pleasant, but sure.
We shall
Hey
see.
guys, crab, what?
That'll go over
Oh
well.
boy. Hey,
Hi.
so the building I was trying to rehab for the school is occupied by crabmen, apparently, and they're not very friendly, although they do really like shiny things.
Are you okay, Katie? I heard you took a big fall.
Oh, I jumped.
You jumped. Is everything okay? Do you need to talk to somebody?
No, it was great. I just wanted to show. I saw Bryn on the beach with the boys, and I wanted to show her a new cool thing I could. Do you want to see?
No.
No. We have other things to be attending to.
Well, I mean, you can actually
Unfortunately-
make new friends.
unfortunately, there's nowhere in town that'd be convenient enough of an area for you to jump to your death.
No, that would be amazing though. Like it's just like she runs outside and just happens to find the one cliff face in the entire area.
No. You guys aren't thinking of a pirate town. She'd go to the gallows. Watch
Now-
this kick.
No.
Oh yeah, there's actually quite a bit of gallows here.
Or climb to the top of a mast and leap off to the dry dock.
Maybe they just didn't want to be morbid, but they did not have gallows listed on the map. But it would make a lot of sense considering they really do not like pirates here.
Wouldn't they ship them? I thought they shipped criminals out of.
Oh, they're in
town.
they're in
That's what they
Seaton.
did.
They're in Seaton. That's
Yeah,
right.
because that's what they did with Kevin's character from very early on, the rando bandit that we found in our house.
Who never made it there, as there was a weird
Oh.
accident on the way there.
Speaking of accidents, I don't have to jump off a cliff. If we get a
No.
cart going fast enough and I stand in the way, it could be the same thing.
Okay, please stop.
What? No.
This is Katie, and welcome to Jackass.
So, like, Axel's gonna like look over at Katie and like put a hand on her shoulder, kind of companionably. It's like, if you ever need to talk about what it is you're dealing with, there is another way. You do not have to do this.
I thought we were gonna go deal with crab people.
I thought you were gonna go kill yourself. What are you doing?
An old human sailor hands you one glass of beer since you guys are at the snapping line, and he's like old and he's got salt and pepper and it's just like very ragged, salty beard, and he just looks really sad as he gives you the beer, and he just gives you a nod of like recognition that you do not have.
Okay. So
Anyone could roll insight on that randomness if you
Oh.
wanted.
Ooh, that's not bad. Let's see. Plus
Insight.
14.
I don't want to make.
14 as well.
4.
He might be a very depressed person, and he thinks that you are the same, and he's trying to sympathize with you as kinship. He thinks you want to kill yourself because your life's miserable, and he's burying you.
I turn around. I put the beer on the table. I turn around. I grab him and hug him. And boom, boom, pat him on the back of the...
He looks really surprised. Then he smiles, and you see like one tear go down his wrinkled face, and he hugs back.
I look over my shoulder at the rest of you, and I'm like, we're going to go make friends with the crab people now, too.
okay.
Just to be clear, Katie, just so you know, I voted to dance. So
What?
The old guy's still over your shoulder, and he's like crying.
We can do the grab dance. Just like
You just hear Sekald's voice out of nowhere. No.
they like singing and dancing.
there's like kettle drums start like wafting in from outside the bar, and then like you just hear Sekald just cut it off short.
Katie reaches into the bag of holding and pulls out a drum and starts playing a drum.
Just then a traveling band of halfling bards comes into town, and none of them have hats on. And they're just like, you can dance if you want to, or you can leave your friends behind.
I was thinking maybe more like a traveling kettle drum,
One has a pan flute, you know.
like a mariachi, but you know, islands. Right.
Oh, yeah, a random mariachi band and Bryn's new egg gets really excited. Anyway. Do we want to just like cut paint to you guys at this place?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna smash cut to the front of the building.
Okay, so it just goes, you know, just like the scene slides off and you guys are in the new scene.
Does Sekald join, or is anybody asking Sekald to join?
That's up to Sekald.
I'll send a silver raven to
Josul would have
Sekald.
summoned Sekald with the raven.
Two
Okay,
ravens
I'm
show up.
sorry, not with the raven. No, he knows Sekald better than that.
It goes straight to
Um,
voicemail.
Yeah, no, he knows Sekald better than that. I have messaged Sekald. Josul would have messaged Sekald.
Okay, that's fair. Because the second that raven comes back into view, it's another ray of frost.
Yeah, no, he knows Sekald a little too well. He would have messaged.
If so long as my do not disturb sign was up, then yeah, if they asked for help, Sekald would go. Just in case. But he's not dancing.
Okay.
Oh wait, is this after I return to Zendros with the potion or before?
Yeah, this would be like a few days later, we'll say.
Okay.
My question to you all is, when are you going there? Are you going to go there as soon as possible, or are you guys going to like rest up and then go?
How far away is this from where we're at now?
It's the other side of town.
Oh, I mean, are we not already?
It's the south side of
fairly
town. It's not even like a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we not already fairly rested?
Oh, I can go there.
Okay. It's starting. The sun is starting to set at this point as you guys head that way. And then, as Abby has said, you guys come around the bottom side and come around the beach side, and you can hear the skittering. And even though the light is like a low light, you can definitely see it's just like a huge swarm of crabs. All various kinds. Some big, some small.
Axel's eyes get really big, and like a little bit of like drool like falls out, slips out of one corner of his mouth.
No sign of these weird crab people that she mentioned, though.
What about the seals?
Abby, did you perhaps just mean that you had it like there were just
No,
some?
they were like 7 feet tall, guys.
They're probably
they spoke
in
common
the
to me.
basement.
He went inside the door, I think.
It's
And
not.
then when he
It's
came
not
out the door-
visible, but you know where it's at, so you point where in the pile.
Yeah, like it was a humanoid-ish, I think.
Mage hand. I use one of my ranged mage hands to just start scraping piles of crab off the door.
All right. As you do that, that's when like coming up from the piles are. Let's see how many. Oh, only one comes up out of the piles, and Abby recognizes it as the one that had all the coins in the dried up barnacles that were growing on shells.
Yep, that's the one.
And it looks at you and says, "Who dares disturb the crabs?"
I will try greeting him in Aquan as a friend.
He speaks back in Auckland, but just like in Common, it's very gargled and simplistic.
Okay. I'd just be like, "Hey, friend. I thought you said no. The dry-legged folk, they want to come and make this place into a learning place. There's a very empty building a couple miles up the shore. No one want to mess with you there because they think it is haunted. It's not. We took care of it."
Well, this art beach.
Yeah, they will try to kill you. I am trying to help you.
It was my dad's beach, and his dad's before his, and his dad's before his.
I'm trying to give you fair warning before the land people come, because it's gonna get ugly. I don't want to see that happen.
Then we will pinch them.
I am sure you will fight bravely, but you will also die bravely. Please believe me.
Rather die than lose home.
Josul kind of chimes in.
Another one just like halfway comes up out of there, and it still has a bunch of the little crabs, and they're still like spilling off of the top part of it as it just half pops up out of this pool of crabs. And it says to Akar, but they could win the right to the land if they win in the sacred ritual. And he goes, "Quiet in the clock." And he goes,
I rolled a dirty 20 on the persuasion check for this. But what is the nature of this challenge?
You hear like the water and stuff foaming out its mouth, which you think is an equivalent of a sigh, an aggravated sigh from Hakar. And Hakar says, "We have tradition that other crab folk can earn right to beach if they are better at wooing the women."
Bald starts to walk away.
What kind of a check do I need to know what I know about these people? Nature?
You were
history?
You were listening on everybody, so
Okay.
what they
All
said applied.
Okay.
Who dares challenge me? I am best at dancer on beach.
I just
Dex performed. Not Sekald. Not Josul so strong.
No,
point.
I'm already
I'd imagine
walking
not
away.
Sekald's either.
No, I'm gone.
I will join in the challenge, but I request 24 hours to prepare.
I like to think Sekald doesn't go into town. Sekald just goes Godzilla and just walks into the ocean. And it's just like, fuck this.
Just walking into the sea.
I love this. That is hilarious.
I believe that wholeheartedly. That exactly is what happened.
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I think that would exactly be what happened.
Like the camera pans towards town because it thinks that's where you're gonna walk, and then it's like turns back and it just goes to the ocean. It's just you walking into the ocean. Anyway,
Let me do it. I've pirate training for this. Let me do it.
For sure, but like Axel wants to get on the action too.
Okay.
But I want a day to prepare.
We do a Rocky training montage, but it's dancing.
Okay, but also I want to like go back into town really quick and exchange a couple of like gold worth into copper, and I think Josul froze. No, he's just leaning over.
Oh, sorry.
No, but like I was thinking, it was like I get a couple.
That was like.
Get a couple of hundred copper and just like nail them to my armor, right? Just tack them on the armor so I look like a giant, like.
I am here for this.
Yeah, look like a spangly. I'm trying to think of like what they
Just
call
like
the kind of dress, right?
The most gaudy scale mail ever.
Yes, thank you. That's what I couldn't think of scale mail.
I think you're referring to coin mail. It
Well,
was
it's what it is now.
created by a very rich king. He made an entire suit of armor out of gold coins. That's
No,
what the rumor goes in.
That's a terrible suit of armor.
It looked really nice.
I just want to make it all bangly, like a belly
From what
dancer
I've-
skirt.
Put a
Katie
couple
is-
of them
oh.
on strings so they make the little tinkling sound when you move.
I mean,
Katie
sure,
is
why not?
just dumbfounded that like Bryn and Axel are like gung-ho. Katie was like,
Oh yes, and also like I'm gonna put on the chol mask for extra crabby face, so I look really hot to the crab ladies.
okay.
Oh shit! And I'm gonna go ahead right before the match starts, and I'm gonna cast Claw of Bloop Bloop Bloop.
Oh my gosh.
I do believe it's pronounced blibdool plulb.
I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention in Sea Church that much.
Wait a minute.
I slept through that part of Sunday School of Fish.
So I may be. Sorry, that's my response to your message.
yeah, sorry. Right. I was like, wait, wrong
Okay,
name.
yeah. Not worth it. Before you do the thing, I might be able to help. I have a thing. I can cast Enhance Ability to give you advantage on one kind of ability check for an hour.
Oh yes, and I have a scroll of bless that I'm going to burn on the two of us.
Well, Bless would only affect like saves and attacks, not skill checks.
Does it not work on checks?
Nope.
Huh. Okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah, it's very optimized for combat only, basically.
All right.
Okay, so who's going up against Hakar?
I mean, it sounds like Axel and Bryn are setting themselves up for it.
No, 1-on-1.
Okay, so I think we've got to have like a preliminary dance off.
Yes. Absolutely. I want this to be done on the beach in full view of everyone.
And by this time it is dark, and now that
Is this the same day or the next day?
you guys went immediately here, so the same day.
Okay. I
Oh,
should have enough
is
spell
the-
slots left.
Is the
So-
moon out?
Yes.
Oh, good. So I've got something to light up these coins.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm not gonna cast my spell this time. I'm gonna wait
Wait a second.
because I don't have enough spell slots left.
Oh, oh, no. Damn it. Okay. I don't. I just realized I don't know dancing lights. I only have 2 cantrips. Okay. Well, then I guess I'm. What do you want to do? Like a post performance checks?
What's the GM
Guys,
say?
Sorry, I was looking at things. I would say, yeah, post checks. Both
Okay.
performance.
All right. Thing is dark.
And you and before you guys tell me your results each, tell me what you guys are doing to try to show why you are Saltmarsh's next top idol.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna DM you the score.
I will also DM you my score.
Okay.
And so Axel being raised like, a gentle lizard, he will allow Bryn to go first.
Oh.
I know he's not a reptile, but I don't care.
Amphibian, close enough.
I know, but it doesn't really roll off the tongue. Gentle amphibian. Anyway, Bryn, you're up.
I think Bryn, jeez, be like, all right, okay, and then just like, and then start breakdancing. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
The
I
boys
love
appear
this.
on the rise above, kind of doing a thing.
Yeah, the
Backup dancers.
like it's yeah.
That's no fair. You got a fucking crew. Where's your hype seal?
I love this so much.
Okay. Is that you? Is that you good?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
do.
All right. Well, Axel realizes that after the fucking SEAL team show, he's gonna have to really step up his game here. So, he's gonna have them put on something funky with a nice fat bass line to it. Spoilers, it's "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees. And he's just gonna just hit it with like a funky disco thing, and every now and again he's gonna like whip his arm out and point dramatically, and he's gonna rip off one of those coins and start flinging them into the audience at the crab ladies, like a strip tease a little bit, but with coins, and just keep binking them off of people. So he's like,
the best.
yeah, he's spinning around looking like a big golden disco ball, and occasionally just you hear like a faint clink in the audience every once in a while.
Amazing.
How are they liking the chill mask?
They are sitting there watching you all from a distance.
Okay.
Because you guys are trying to figure out who's going to go first.
Yeah, I better save some of my coins. Okay, so yeah, that's it.
Okay. Even though Callie wasn't able to come up with a as cool of an idea, I'm sorry, but
hang on.
Okay.
I
mean, breakdancing with seal backup is pretty cool.
I'm going to give this to Jesse, and I'll let him use the seals.
Thank you. It's very magnanimous of you. I personally thought, yes, no, the whole hip hop vibe and doing breakdancing with like just a team of like SEAL B-boys would be amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna say with the seals, they give you the equivalent of a bless, so you get a D4 bonus. Or guidance, I guess, on your performance check.
Yeah, guidance. And Abby's gonna cast Enhance Ability. I guess Charisma.
Oof, I'm already at
your so you would roll with advantage.
right on. So stepping up to the Crab King.
Okay. I'm gonna have to send you guys this later. So the reason I've been so distracted is because I found a rapid generator online. So you go to start yours, and he doesn't let you go first. He goes first as you go to
Okay.
approach on the beach, and he's just like he's got like that click, 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 with his claws, and they hit the ground, and some of the crabs behind him are like the drum part, and he's clicking, and while he's clicking, he is singing in Aquan, and you hear him start off with the first verse where he says, he gets on with life as a shaman. He's a shiny kind of chap. He likes singing and dancing, and he likes to contemplate sand. But when he starts to daydream, his mind turns straight to coins. Boom, boom, chaka da boom, boom. And they all join in. Boom, boom, chaka da boom, boom. And then your turn.
This is glorious.
I'm gonna roll that performance that they did for that. Okay. It was a good warm up. And what do you go with as they set the beat for you? Oh, you're muted.
So guidance gives me a bonus what now?
D4.
The bonus D4? Okay. 4, fuck yeah. Okay, so another 23 for my performance. But this time he's going to pull it in a slightly different direction, and he's going to get kind of like sultry and side-eyed with it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to like dramatically like rip open like the coinage on his chest and like just fling it everywhere and be like, spawning, I want to be spawning with you.
Click, 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 boom, boom. Click, 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 boom. You know, to go with it.
Oh, baby, scatter your eggs, I'll melt in them.
You notice that some of the crabs come up out of the ocean, and they have taken bioluminescent algae, and they have it on them at specific markings. And because it's nighttime and the moon's shining,
Oh my
like
God.
that part of them is glowing green or blue, and it's like body paint.
All right, I'm gonna go for broke on this one, and I'm actually
Lord.
gonna
They
finish
they
off-
are the crowd. They are not part of their performance.
Yeah, so just to finish it off, he's gonna like turn around, sink to his knees, and cast Alter Self to become a crab person.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There's intimidated clicking. What'd you get on performance?
It was a 23.
Ooh, okay. Then he kind of hesitates for a bit and misses a beat, but then he says, in Aquan, he likes to use words like click and clack, and he uses these words. He likes to use words about sand, but when he stops talking, his mind turns straight to coins, and he just like scrapes his shell that has all the dried barnacles, and the coins all just clitter off of him, seeming like he's trying to outshow you in that regard, and ends with the boom boom shaka da boom boom.
The seals say. And I can only understand them.
They bark aggravatedly to everyone else.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. So left with no alternative, Axel's actually going to start pulling out his own gold, and like I'm going to just start throwing, I'll say about 20 gold just straight up out into the audience, and he's going to start like a shuffle dance, like in the same style as like a haka or like what's it called, Duda, or the like the Bollywood style Indian dance.
Oh yeah.
Like stomping and footwork and shit. So there's not going to be any lyrics, but it's just going to be like a really like kind of fancy. It's almost like a belly dance in this case, but it's like side to side motions, and he's just doing his thing.
Similar to that scene from The Matrix.
You mean the rave?
I mean, it wasn't a rave. They were literally doing that exact kind of dancing in the cave.
You're right. They
Yeah,
were, in
that's
fact.
true.
24 on that check.
Ooh, okay. He also tries to do a dance number where he seems to try to do almost the same kind of moves as you, but they're a little more stiffened with the robotic kind of movement where he kind of like juts to the Like it's like boom boom shika da boom boom, where he like moves to the rhythm. But you're clearly the better dancer. Everyone can tell pretty obviously that Axel is wiping the floor in terms of performance. Not just with you guys with your own personal bias, but the other crabs seem very, very impressed. And if he was able to perspirate, you think he'd be having a cold sweat right now. And then we get to the big final part. So we're at the final part before the ending. So Axel, what do you do for your last bit of the dance?
Is that enough? No.
Sorry, I'm just really enjoying the lyrics. I wanted to do one more with the lyrics.
Well, now you're done and put me on the spot. So, like, looking around, like, who looks like the head lady crab around here, right? Is there like an obvious matron or something?
Yeah, she is definitely giving you a look. And maybe by giving you a look, I mean she's checking out all the shiny coins that you're putting everywhere.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like crab dance Zoidberg style up to her and like clink coin together like castanets, like kind of almost at her, and then like doing the Chippendales dancer thing, like coming up for a lap dance, but instead it's a crab dance and like sprinkling coinage on her and be like, "Hey baby, you want a mold?"
Oh, give me. You know what? For this one, it's not going to be performance. You still get your bonuses.
Oh my god!
But this will be a straight up charisma check.
Can I make it persuasion because I get proficiency?
Sure.
Cool beans. All right, dice, don't fail me now. Okay, so it's a nat 20. So it's 28.
Okay. On that, he gets really mad and tries to push you out of the way. As he gets really jealous. And the dance immediately stops. And the seals boo. And everybody boos.
Boo!
That's okay. I would like to attempt to grapple.
Go ahead. He's as tall as you, but probably 4 times as wide.
That's fine. That's fine. So my athletics check against him is going to be. Okay, yeah. 19.
Yeah, you easily grab him. Do you like suplex him or something?
I don't, but I do like grab the claw that grabbed me and like bend it backward at a slightly unnatural angle for a crab.
Okay, you guys hear like the chitin part like creak a bit.
Yeah, I don't want to break it off.
It doesn't break, but it's clearly tension.
I do send a very clear message here.
and he says in Aquan, okay, you win. The beach is yours, Axel of the Pearl. I'll say you told them your name.
Yeah. And I'll drop the altar self, and I will give him a respectful bow. And I'll give that lady crab.
He rolls his shoulders in a scoff, and he skitters into the water sideways.
It's about 3 miles up the shoreline.
And you notice
the abandoned building.
Yeah.
And you notice the rest of the crabs go to follow. And the female one, which looks exactly the same as them, and the only reason you know she's the female one is because you know how crabs look, where like the belly looks slightly different, and that's it. She takes like all the gold coins and stuff that you guys left on the ground, and she leaves one there for you, and then leaves.
All right. So this was a good afternoon, yes?
Yeah. Well.
And as they fade into the ocean, you just hear like boom boom chaka da boom boom. And the glow of the bioluminescence and some of the rave ones goes into the water, and it slowly fades off into nothing.
I feel like this means we should have like a bonfire tonight.
It seems like
just
a good
all
idea.
nods to that.
Yeah.
And you see a rotted basement door that seems to lead into the basement underneath. Now fully visible and easy to access, as there are not even any of the little crabs around anymore.
I feel like experience has told me we should wait and make that tomorrow Abby's problem.
And that is where we'll end the session for the night.
Just to be
Perfect
clear,
timing.
everyone gets 266 gold, 6 silver, and 6 copper.
Oh, hey, it's the
Oh,
money of the beast.
real quick, before we forget, Josul and Abby were having a conversation during the dance-off. And they're going to grab Katie and be like, okay, so we have a gift for you. And it's... Yeah, okay. Do you
This.
have it, Josul? I don't know where it went.
Josul hands you a very strange-looking rock, but he kind of like tosses it up at your head and
Yeah.
immediately begins floating around your head.
Is this the agility one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me look it up real quick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It adds a +2 to your dexterity to a max of 20.
You
Oh.
will find
Immediately
it much
starts
easier
distracting
to
her.
be a little bit more agile.
I could jump off more cliffs.
Oh my
No.
god.
Oh my god.
Did you do
We
this?
gave it to you because you happen
So
to
you
get into
don't
scuffs
jump
a
off
bit
cliffs.
more than us.
I don't suppose you have one
This
of
will
those
help
for
you
wisdom.
get out of the way.
No, they're really rare. Like I've never actually even seen a drawing of one. I've only ever heard of them.
Okay.
We got this one from that odd fellow that we knew as Resnet, but was
Yeah.
not in fact him.
Yeah, Tensor.
Yes.
It is a
Yay.
deep red sphere of a stone. It
My
orbits.
dexterity is 20.
It orbits 2 feet around your head, so it's actually a really wide orbit.
It's probably really distracting, like going around, and be like, wanting to swat at it.
You
God,
just
she's
you
like a
just see me try to pay attention to like what's in front of me, and then I'm like, ooh.
Okay, they say 1d3 feet it orbits, and I think that's the diameter, not the radius. So we'll say it orbits foot radius around your head.
Everyone also gets 6 electrum.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just to have it.
That's part
You
of
can convert the electrum to 3 gold. Because 2 electrum is gold.
Oh, thank God.
Because, yeah, most people don't like electrum.
You never
3
know
gold,
when an
you
ally
said?
will come in handy.
It's hat, right?
Yeah, it's 2 electrum equals 1 gold. So you turn that 6 electrum into 3 gold and you're fine.
Why did they even make that denomination?
Because
for
it
reasons.
is useful in planar purposes.
Fun fact.
$2 bill.
It was
Fun
more
fact,
common
most
in
of
older.
Strahd's coinage is an electrum, and I think it's that way because he's a dick and knows that it's off for the rest of the humans.
No, it's because he doesn't like silver.
Yeah, he doesn't like silver
Mm.
because it's a traditional fear of vampires that they don't like silver.
Yeah. I don't know if it's in the book, but I know when I ran Strahd, I specifically made it a thing that no one in
Nothing was silver.
No.
Everything was gold or copper.
Yeah,
or something
and
else.
like shopkeepers would not take silver coins.
But in any case, this is where we're ending for the night. I'm sorry to cut that short, but I think we'll go to plugs. And I think first, we'll do Axel, the winner of the dance-off. What do you got going on?
A mouthful of food. Prepare for action! Prepare for adventure! Prepare for season 2 of the quest for the Quantum Rose! Our heroes have completed the first arc of their journey and found themselves having broken one of the MacGuffins that was supposed to save space-time. They now have to embark on a journey to fuck with time and figure out how to fix the Aegis Carillion, the shield that helps keep magic in the universe. So, yeah, it's kind of a tall order, but they have the help of some wonderfully eccentric characters, like the permanently caffeinated Dr. Nicol Bolas. He's a kobold with an ever full mug of espresso. And yes, so they will be embarking on a course for Paradise 1 here in short order. And yeah, you can catch us in YouTube. New episodes most Thursdays, and also Castbox.
Cool. Why don't we go to Katie? What do you got going on?
Well, probably tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on my channel, Uncanny_Adventures, we'll be playing Skull and Shackles. Well, maybe not. There may be a hurricane coming through. I may not have power and internet, but that's the plan. So I will post on Twitter if that's happening. And perhaps if I have power on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we might play some Call of Cthulhu in the Old West. Everything hinges on Mother Nature this weekend for me. So follow me on Twitter to see if we're going to be doing any of the above or if I'm just going to be tweeting because I have nothing to do because I'm sitting with no power.
I get that.
Yeah.
Actually, a very real concern.
Abby, what do you got going on?
Oh, hi. So let's see. My next thing, not stream. Okay. So on Monday, our Baltimore by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition game goes live on my channel, mine and Kevin's channel, Crow and Chimera on YouTube. So go check that out. We finally got to do the ritual, and it was a lot. I've also throughout the week been uploading little snippets of like scenes from the episode that were kind of funny or dramatic or cool or whatever. So go check that out. And it goes live on Monday the 23rd at noon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Bryn, what do you got going on?
Hello, Callie, Cap Callie on Twitter. You can commission me because I've got 2 slots open for art for $20 or less. 2 spots open. If you would like art, message me, DM me on Twitter. I run a game on every other Tuesday opposite Call of Cthulhu, but it's on Vex's channel, Fractured Moon D&D. It's called Unwritten, and it's a fairy tale game, and Miss Piggy was a siren last time, and it was fun. So just, yeah, check that out.
Respect, but when is Miss Piggy not a siren?
Never. It was a perfect role for her to play.
You know it, Buster. Sorry, my piggy is horrible.
No, you're fine. I mean, at least you weren't trained to sing as Miss Piggy. That's a feat on its own, isn't it?
I thought I did pretty well.
Yeah, you did good. Okay, who am I? Okay, Josul. What do you got going on?
Stay tuned. Next time we head back into space as the party has come across a Titan-class ship ruled over by one of the rogue AI that is part of the devious corporation known as Redlock. As the party has learned, the Redlock mega corporation was ruled by, or is still ruled by, a council of rogue AI that call themselves the Council. It's not creative, but they're robots, so creative is not necessarily what they would have. But they have found one of the crashed vessels and believe it to be the rogue AI responsible for the Xenoplague, a terrible plague that wiped out a large portion of the universe many years ago for about 100 years. So after the Grand Inquisition and some curatives and such, the Xenoplague is no more. But they found evidence of it in the Martoth 19 system and tracked it back to Martoth 19 itself, the planet, one of 19 in a unique atomic structure formation of rotations of planets around a very odd star, dodecahedral star to be precisely accurate. But the planet itself had a crater in it, and inside this large crater cave of sorts was the Titan-class ship, kind of wrecked there. And they're about to have one of my patented epic moments for this particular event. So they get to wrap that up with a big fight against something. Who knows? We'll have to find out when you join us. So everyone here for that will get to participate in one of my epic moments, as they are quite exciting and action-packed, as you will find out. So that'll be fun to see. Everyone's geared up. They have mechs and all sorts of other stuff to augment their powers, and they're about to run in there, guns a-blazing. So, or blasters a-blazing, or whatever weaponry they happen to have. So it'll be fun to watch and experience, and we'll get one step closer to having all the pieces they need to repair the Elven communications array and find out exactly how much chaos is happening throughout the verse.
Your shit is always so interesting. Like, you,
There's layers. There's
yeah,
lots of layers. It's like an onion.
I've got to get a guest spot on that sometime.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the alternating Saturdays. You're definitely always welcome to that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not the DM. I'm not the DM. That's up to the DM.
But I've
I
also
will
got
for sure have something you can help me with if you're interested.
like if we still have Retroverse, then that's gonna like keep my dance card full. But if I get a slot in my time opened up, then I'd be happy to do it.
Oh yes.
Sounds good. And last but not least, we'll go to Sekald. You got anything to wrap things up?
Ark.
I feel it. It's getting kind of late. Not really, but also kind of us at the same time. I know word's good. Check out my Patreon if you want to support me and everyone here that runs stuff on this channel. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.